Okay, hello Cloud Gurus, how y'all doing? I'm Scott Pletcher back with another week of AWS goodness. Amazon Macie gets some nifty new features, the Workspaces work from home offer is back, and DeepComposer joins forces with the Transformers in Jupyter Notebook form. I was more of a GoBots person myself. Anyway, this is AWS This Week. If I had to name one AWS Service of the Year for 2020, it would have to be Amazon Workspaces. Many companies suddenly found their workforces dispersed and had to figure out how to keep going amid that reality. Enter Desktop as a Service, which is exactly what Amazon Workspaces provides. Last year, AWS introduced a free tier program for Workspaces that helped many companies make the transition to cloud-based desktops. This year, AWS announced that from February 1st until July 31st, customers can provision up to 54 users at no charge. Additionally, the Workspaces client is now sporting a new optimized streaming protocol that should help those with sketchy home internet connections. I've been a long-time fan of the service, and we even used a GPU-enabled workspace to live stream our 2 AWS exam question walkthrough sessions. Do check it out, it's free. Sadly, S3 sometimes gets a bad rap when it comes to security, and this is totally unfounded. AWS has thrown up all manner of verifications, warnings, and annoying confirmations to make sure we don't do something dumb with our S3 bucket configuration. Additionally, AWS has also created tools that can notify us if we happen to do something dumb. One such tool is Amazon Macie. Think of Macie as a meticulous auditor that scrutinizes each and every object in your bucket, looking for anything that might be considered sensitive data, such as personally identifying information or health-related data. Recently, AWS announced a bunch of new features for Macie. Customers can now scan across accounts using AWS organizations, and Macie can even tell you which line, page number, or column and row it found sensitive data. Now, it's up to you to decide how to handle that sensitive data. Maybe you ensure it's encrypted or replace it with a tokenized version. But at least you'll feel a little bit better about your data security situational awareness. And no more blaming S3 for leaving gigabytes of customer data publicly exposed. Last week I mentioned that AWS Deep Racer is a gamified way that you can learn about reinforcement learning. This week I want to direct your attention to DeepComposer. With DeepComposer, you'll learn how generative adversarial networks can create brand new tunes based on some musical inspiration you provide. This week, AWS released a new Transformer Jupyter Notebook for AWS DeepComposer. Now, much to my disappointment, this notebook does not involve vehicles that can change into robots. Rather, it demonstrates how we can use a transformer technique in DeepComposer models. Transformer models are good at natural language processing. Think speech recognition or chatbots. But if we switch out the words with musical notes, we can also use transformer models to generate music. If you'd like to get started with DeepComposer, we have a whole series on the topic hosted by ACG's very own Keisha Williams. And that, my friends, is all the AWS news that's fit to print this week. Stay safe, take care of one another, and keep being awesome, Cloud Gurus.